G'day, Hipsy Witch. Hopefully pronounced that right. So what advice do you have for somebody starting a small business? I'm trying to build a holistic clientele business. Great. Let me give you a couple of tips. Now, this is all the stuff that I cover in my second best-selling book called The Secrets to Scaling a Seven-Figure Lifestyle Business. We've determined that basically there are 5 stages that business owners go through, from basically just getting started all the way up to building a $10 million business. And ultimately at this first level, up to about $200,000 a year in revenue, our focus is to go through what we call the damage control phase, where you need to prove a viable business. Now, a viable business is built on the pillars of 3 things, which ultimately produce profit, right? For many business owners, particularly when they're just getting started, they see profit as a byproduct, but I see it as a natural consequence of getting these 3 things right. We call this the profit pyramid. So the first thing is understanding your positioning in the marketplace. So proving a viable business model is primarily about establishing a product market fit. And this all comes down to positioning. How are you perceived in a marketplace? How do you stand out from any other business that is like you in the eyes of your ideal clients and customers? We need to understand that positioning exists on a spectrum of, on one side of the equation, a commodity, whereby a commodity is always bought based on price, and typically begrudgingly, right? No one ever goes and tips 20% above the petrol price per litre, right? You pay what you need to pay and you're pretty upset about it typically, right? Then we've got in the middle, we've got utility. Utility is basically bought on the face value of the problem that it solves, right? So you hire a plumber if you've got a plumbing issue. You hire a roofer if you've got a roofing issue. There is an intrinsic value associated with that utility, and you buy it on that basis. And then on the opposite end of the spectrum, we've got luxury. And luxury, people will do irrational things to buy luxuries. And it's because of how it makes them feel and the sense of connection they have to that thing that they are acquiring. And what we've got to realize is that for a lot of us, we are selling a luxury. And if we are selling a luxury, we need to understand what is the outcomes that people are buying from us as a result of opting in for that service. Otherwise, it's one step down, we become a utility and we're bought based on face value, the problem that we solve, or we are a commodity and we're always bought based on price and sometimes not bought at all. This is why I see many business owners failing when they're just getting started. So it's about understanding where you exist on that spectrum, where do your competitors exist on that spectrum, and getting laser focused on how you can appeal to the ideal market that you want to work with. Ideally, niching down and getting really specific of the people that you work with. So is it business owners? Is it mums and dads? Is it teenagers? Get really specific of the niche and double down on them. The common misconception is always, well, if I niche down, I can help everyone and I'm going to turn people away. What you'll find is that the more niche that you are, the easier it is for you to speak to those people, but you'll end up attracting other people like them that might not be your perfect avatar, but will reach out and be like, hey, I really love what you've got to say. Can you help me too? And then that gives you a choice. Second is pricing and packaging. I see so many new business owners undercutting themselves on price because they're like, I don't have any case studies yet. I don't have any runs on the board. I don't have any overheads. I'm going to undercut my competition so I can get some runs on the board. Now, this is a really dangerous game to play, for a couple of reasons. One, it reinforces the self-limiting belief that you are worth less than your competitors. I am a big believer in being a premium priced player in the market because when you are able to charge a premium price, you can deliver premium value. And throughout all business models, there are very few businesses that survive the price-based strategy because it is often a race to the bottom. They're just undercutting each other, right? So when you run a premium price business and you offer premium value, you will always be able to appeal to an affluent client base. Now, there are multiple modalities that you can help people who might not have the budget. I can cover that off in a separate video. I also cover that off in my book. And then lastly is about P&L intelligence. Understanding how your positioning and your pricing is setting yourself up to achieve your personal goals, right? So I want you to start with a personal income target in mind. Let's say, for example, you want to earn $150,000 a year. And then we need to reverse engineer that. Well, for you to have $150,000 in profit, how many clients do you need to have at the price and packages that you've created? And then how many leads do you require? And what this will ultimately allow you to do is to reverse engineer the financial outcome you want into the activity required to get you there. So we should be able to work out leads, sales, clients, the amount we charge, the revenue we produce, the costs that we incur in order to make, in that example, $150,000 in profit. Once again, this is a lot of information. I cover it off in my book, so if you want to go grab a copy, jump in my bio, click the link in there. You can grab a copy for free. I've also got three other books, so I've got 4 books in total, which will give you all of the tools that you need to deal with your personal finances, get your business to 7 figures, create generational wealth if you've got a family, and then ultimately scale to 7 figures in profits. Hope that helps. Any questions, let me know.